Hello, hello, hello. Hi, my name is Brooke-Sidney, and I am the owner and founder of Bella and the Babe, which is all about empowering authentic and mindful motherhood. I am a self-love advocate, and I really love speaking to mamas because I am a mama, and becoming a mama was so incredibly transformational in my life. And one of the things that I did when I became a mother is I struggled with making time to take care of myself. And I also struggled with feeling okay to spend time loving just on me, right? And that's part of the reason why I created the Mama Love Planner. This one is my weekly, and it's all beat up. It's totally beat up. And what I wanted to do really quickly, I'm not going to stay on long, but what I wanted to do was really talk about monthly self-care planning. And it is December 3rd, and I am actually just starting to do my December planning. And in terms of my kind of monthly self-care goals, I know that some people are big 90-day planners and, quarterly like the whole 90-day plan. That's pretty big right now. Some people are monthly planners. I find myself to be more monthly, especially as it relates to personal things. I'm trying to get better with being more quarterly, like the 90-day plan or yearly, annual planning for my business. But for my monthly plans, I always try to look at it and do it at least on a monthly basis. And that's why I figured, let me get on and kind of demystify this whole self-care planning thing. In 2018, and maybe even late this year, I'm planning to do a small and brief workshop for my Mama Love Planner buyers on how to best use and optimize the planner. But I figured I would just give you a couple of things that I do when I'm planning my self-care for the month. The first thing that I do, and it's probably a no-brainer, is I actually pray and or meditate before I begin. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, it is a 5-minute thing. A lot of times we make it out in our heads that we have to do this huge ritual. And I'm a big fan of ritual. And in my longer course, I'm going to talk about these awesome ways that we can set up time to pamper ourselves and do monthly rituals. But sometimes we just need to get in and get it done. And so one of the easiest things that I do is I just say a prayer or do a quick meditation to clear my mind, clear my space, attune myself to what I need to figure out right now, right? And this is probably my second tip, is I don't overthink it. The Mama Love Planner, and like any planning system, it's modifiable, meaning when we write something down, it's not set in stone. We can always change it. So the goal to me, especially on my first pass at all of them, is really just to get something down on the page. So oftentimes, I might have an idea of what I want to do. So for the mama goals, I don't know if you can see them, it's mind, body, and spirit. And I put them in the order of spirit, mind, and body because of how important my spiritual life, and I feel like spiritual life is to women and to really our greater development. So that's why it's ordered first. But there's spirit, mind, and body. And you can attack them any way that feels good to you. So if in December, for example, you might have a lot of mind things, right? Like we have so much shopping to do. Those of us that don't shop all the way in February or June or whatever, but those of us that are shopping still for the holidays, maybe there's a lot of things that you want to get done. And maybe spiritually, maybe there are a lot of things because of the holiday season that take some precedence because of, maybe honoring God or whatever your spiritual tradition is during this period of the year, or even our body. I'm really encouraging and inviting women and mamas to pay close attention to themselves, to really check in and attune to themselves. I hope you're on my email list. If you're not on my email list, please click and join so that you can get connected, because on my email list I give out additional tips, fuller kind of meditation and mindfulness habits and practices. And so even this particular email I sent out earlier today, I talked a little bit about mindfulness and connecting ourselves in every day. So whatever it is, my invitation to you is to simply write down whatever comes to mind for mind, body, and spirit. You can always expand, you can always add more, but it's just a starting point. The other thing that's really helpful to do is there's a brain dump page. So if you are stuck trying to figure out what are your goals and things that you want to accomplish in this month, like the month forward, start journaling. Just start getting the ideas onto the page. And the brain dump section is the perfect place to do that. That's why it was created, right? Because, and actually it's next to the mama money. Because for those of us that, maybe trying to figure out a whole bunch of goals or map our money goals to the mind, body, and spirit goals, right? Like it's a lot sometimes, but it becomes much more manageable once we get it down on the page. So I'm encouraging you, again, I told you this was going to be a quick one. And I'm really trying to help people use the planner more and just actually demystify this self-care planning on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis. But so basically what I'm saying, the first thing to do is really to pray or meditate. And the reason why I say that is because you want to tune into your higher purpose, gain clarity so that you can really maximize your planning time. And be less distracted. It really does. It quiets things down. Then, write down whatever comes to your mind in those particular areas. If, like say, for example, this is December. So you can look back also at your earlier month's goals. That would be my third tip, is to look back at your other months and figure out what were some of the mind, body, and spirit goals that you had, or self-care planning things that you enjoyed or wanted to do that perhaps you didn't do. Maybe you want to add those in. So use your previous months to inform this month. That is one of the big things about the planner, is it's not just your regular planner. It's a self-care tracker. You are able to see what you are doing and doing well, what makes sense to you, what you liked, what you didn't like, maybe some things you want to experiment with more. So go back and look at previous months. And then I would say after you've kind of completed that month, then if you have time in this particular instance, and you may not, right? We may not want to sit down and do a half an hour or hours worth of planning. You might just want to do, 15, 20 minutes, do your monthly planning, self-care goals, and then come back maybe the next day and actually plot them out for the week. Whatever works best for you, or for the day if you have the daily version. My point is that make it manageable. Perhaps it's even Sunday, you've already gone to like a spiritual service, something like that, and you're in that mode, you're in that space of being like receptive to all of your clarity and all of your wisdom that's within, right? Just knock it out. Just then go through and put down some of your self-care goals. Just write them down then. You can always go back. We can always go back. We can always modify, and we can always change them. We are women. We are free to change our minds. So I just wanted to hop on briefly, give you a little bit of tips about how I do my monthly self-care planning and how I use my planner. And I'm going to be doing more and more of these videos. So if you're not following me, make sure that you click like and follow so that you're following the Bella and the Babe. I encourage you to check out the planner, the Mama Love Planner. I'm still offering a 20% off self-care. That's the code to get the 20% off, and to join my email list so that you can get even more discounts, get mindfulness tips, and other good freebies and goodies that help us as mama love ourselves better. So I hope this has been helpful. Please do like it, love it, share it, and leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Take care.